How's everybody doing? My name is Lucas Henderson, and this is my graph of digital communication channels. I divvied this up between professional and non-professional messages, and then from there I divvied it up between length. Is this a longer or a shorter message that I'm sending to somebody? And from this, you are able to determine your most effective way of communicating with somebody. For the sake of this presentation, we'll be focusing on the professional side of things. My goal is always to maximize communication richness, especially if this is a workplace message that I'm sending. You don't want somebody to get the wrong idea with what you're sending. How effectively can I get my point across through the mediums that are available to me? Well, let's take a look at it. If this is a shorter message, a text may work. If you are friends with a colleague, it's just easier than an email in my opinion. But you could also send an email. This could go to your boss. This is just the more professional way to communicate. When in doubt, I would prefer email. But with both of these, you need to keep in mind your digital body language matters so much because these are just words on a screen. And if you're a receiver, it's very easy to misconstrue the message that is being sent to you. So you want to be very concise with what you're saying to not ruffle any feathers, not create any confusion. So keep in mind your digital body language. As for a longer message, you could also use email. This could be very effective in terms of making sure you check off every point you want to hit. You can edit it. You can just make sure this message is as accurate as possible in terms of maybe goals that you're trying to get across to people. You won't miss one of them if you're really careful with this. But for me, this is just too formulaic, especially if this is a longer message. If I'm typing just I like to take my time, I like to be concise. I can sometimes spend 20 to 30 minutes on an email when I could really just get it across so much quicker, get my point across so much quicker if this is through a Zoom or a phone call. And this is because of this idea of communication richness. With a phone call, people are able to hear your vocal intonation. They're able to get a sense of where you're coming from, much more than text on a screen, as I was saying. And in terms of Zoom, not only are you getting this vocal intonation that you get from a phone call, but you are also able to express your body language to a degree. People are able to see your facial expressions. So for me, if I'm trying to get a long message across, it's much more efficient and more effective in terms of communication richness to side with something such as a phone call or a Zoom call. This has been Lucas Henderson. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon.